Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always, it is fantastic to have you here with me again on another whiskey review video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me along my journey so far, and if you're new to the channel, then please make sure you hit the bell notification and the subscription button right now so that you can stay up to date with all future content. Well, now, on to the show. Welcome back to another whiskey tasting episode. Today I am going to be starting off with reviewing the Glengoyne 10-year-old. From this, obviously, it is clearly a Glengoyne tasting set. In this set is the 10-year-old, 15-year-old, and the 18. Now, I have also been able to receive a fourth sample of another Glengoyne whiskey. I won't reveal that one just yet. For now, we will just start off with the Glengoyne 10 from this set. So this will be stretched out into like a four-part series. I will create a playlist of these tastings. That way, you can, let's say, when you're able to, you can just jump into the playlist and see all the videos there in one place. So I will put a link to the Glengoyne playlist in the description box down below. So let's get started. So all right, here we go on this side. So we're going to be reviewing the Glengoyne 10-year-old today. Now, unfortunately, as always, I would have liked to have been able to do this review outside, but due to the unfortunate weather conditions that we've been having lately, I cannot do that. It has been raining and windy, and yeah, that's so outside reviews are off the table at the moment. So here we are inside and reviewing the Glengoyne 10. So let me just get this ready and pour some into the glass. Just a little bit of information about the distillery itself. So the Glengoyne Distillery, obviously it is it's a Scottish distillery located in the Highlands. They are a distillery that prides itself on time, and one thing you'll probably notice by their website or their packaging, they have a motto on their label stating "Unhurried since 1833." Their barley is air dried. They run their stills at a slower rate than other distilleries, and their casks take up to 6 years to prepare. So I guess they're not going off and just grabbing any random cask. There's a lot of time and consideration going into the use of their casks. The distillery itself is also very focused on sustainable practices. All electricity is 100% wind powered, and as of this year, in 2022, solar power will also be used. I'll put a website link in the description box below. That way you can read up on more of the fascinating sustainability information by Glengoyne. There's a whole lot of other practices that they have going on. Too many for me to list right now, but if that's something that you're into, you can, like I said, hit that link down below and you can check that out for yourself. So moving along with the review, let's get started. So as far as I know, these are all like non-chill filtered, natural colored. This is bottled at 40% ABV. If I am wrong on any of that information, please drop a comment in the description box down below. But yeah, let's get started. On the nose. Okay, so the nose, extremely floral, very sweet as well. Quite tropical and malty. It's got this really nice like dusty edge coming along to it as well. In terms of actually breaking down the profile, I'm getting honey, stone fruits, so apricots, peaches. It's slightly citric, so I'm kind of getting a little bit of like a lemon rind. As I mentioned, it's quite floral as well, so, and quite herbaceous, kind of like walking through a like a herb garden. You can definitely notice like that malty cereal grain aspect to it. It really is a stunning nose, absolutely beautiful. I'm getting a little bit of like white pepper. I should have mentioned as well at the start of this, so I believe that this is an unpeated malt. They also use sherry casks made from European and American oak. So that pepperiness I am probably getting from the European oak. And then from the American oak, you can definitely pick out your vanilla, caramel. It has like that typical like Oloroso sherry note to it. It's quite dry. A little bit of raisin notes coming through as well. And it does have a little soft oaky edge as well. I mean, the wood notes are there, but it's not very dominant. It does just kind of like balance in with the overall flavor profile. It complements the nose of the malt and the other flavors that you get coming through. All right, let's move on to the palate and see what we get. So cheers. Excellent mouthfeel. Another example of a whiskey that punches above its 40% ABV range. Normally, most whiskeys at 40% are quite light, very thin. This has a medium body to it that builds up and becomes quite syrupy. It's quite dry and peppery as well. The overall flavor of the whiskey is absolutely beautiful. I wish I got into this a lot sooner. I think I've had this sample set around for probably about a year and a half now, and only now am I getting into it. But I would definitely consider buying a full-size bottle of this. This is absolutely beautiful. I am getting tons of vanilla and vanilla cream. It's quite buttery as well. A little bit of like citrus, like a lemon peel note coming in. Very oaky, but at the same time, the oak is soft. It's not too overpowering. I kind of like the way that it adds this drying aspect to the profile. Overall, lots of cereal grain influence as well. It's very malty. Um, a touch of like milk chocolate as well. It has that milk chocolate creaminess. Definitely not the bitter notes that you would get from a dark chocolate. So definitely focus more on the milk chocolate aspect. Again, those stone fruits are coming through, so I'm starting to get those apricots, peaches, I think maybe touch of mango and pineapple as well. It's a very fruity and floral whiskey. Again, more honey, vanilla, caramel. I think I might have already mentioned the vanilla before, which I did, yes, at the start of the palate, but that vanilla note definitely comes in waves. So you will notice it initially at the start. It will make way for, I guess, other flavors to come through. And then again, the vanilla presents itself. It's just constantly coming through. I would say that the overall sherry influence on this isn't as dominant as you would expect, especially in comparison to other, I guess, sherried whiskies. But it's more of a gentle, elegant influence. I think the main focus on this whiskey is to allow the flavor of the actual cask and the spirit itself to shine through rather than the, how do I say this, rather than having, say, that sherry influence of the cask. Yes, you definitely have cask influence, but that cask influence is mostly from the wood itself, not what was previously in it. You'll definitely have, say, other sherry cask whiskies, whether they've been full maturation or finished, where you will pick up those very prominent sherry notes. But this whiskey, I think, yes, it does have some of those lighter sherry elements to it, but it's allowing the actual flavor of the cask itself to come through, and like I mentioned before, allowing the flavor of the spirit itself. The overall balance of this is absolutely perfect. I cannot fault it on anything. It is absolutely stunning. And again, for a 40% ABV whiskey, I am very impressed. There is so much going on with it, so many levels. This is a whiskey that I think that is absolutely perfect for beginners, but then also it is also perfect for long-term drinkers. It has everything for everyone. There is just so much going on, and it will definitely please many people. I don't think that this is a whiskey that many people will be like, yeah, you know what, Glengoyne, whatever, I didn't like it. This is something that people will be like, oh yeah, man, Glengoyne, that stuff's amazing. You definitely have to get that. Moving along to the finish,
the finish is light, very clean and smooth. I would say probably not as much going on with the finish as what there was for the nose and the palate, but you will definitely notice that oak influence, the vanilla, the honey sweetness, and some fruity and floral notes coming through. So pretty much the same type of notes that I've mentioned before come through on the finish as well. There's not really much else to kind of go on but that. So yeah, all in all, absolutely fantastic whiskey. I will definitely be looking into adding the full size bottle onto my shelf because this is just absolutely stunning. And I cannot wait to be able to experiment and just dive into a full bottle. All right, that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. That's my review of the Glengoyne 10. Stay tuned. We still have the 15 and the 18-year-old to go, plus an extra bonus one coming along. So all in all, this will be a 4-part Glengoyne tasting series. And yeah, that's it. I look forward to seeing you all again on the next video. My name is Andrew. KIPPIS.
Oh, you're still here. Well, why not consider continuing on with some more content and subscribing? I'll see you next time. Bye bye.